What's up, guys? Devil Gamer here, and I finally get my hands on Star Wars Battlefront. It's one of the most anticipated games this year. Tons of buzz about it, bad and good, all over the internet. It's just, and it's finally here, and we can finally kind of judge it. This is beta, but just because it's beta, a beta release this close to a release is not a beta. There's nothing they can really do to fix this game from this beta point, and anything on it, you know, it's just too close. Firstly, I'm going to say I am a huge Star Wars fan. I've played Star Wars Galaxy, seen all the movies multiple times, done an entire watch-through marathon of all of them. Played Star Wars Galaxies religiously, Battlefront and Battlefront 2 religiously. I was excited for this game. I wasn't excited for the people who were making it, but I was excited for it. And I went into it with an open mind, ready, excited to play it, and I'm thoroughly disappointed. I'm not liking it. I really am not. I'm liking that it's Star Wars, but I don't like the game. There's a few reasons why. A lot of you aren't going to agree with me. Whatever. It's what your fucking opinion. It's, you know, whatever. I don't care. But basically, from what I've seen so far, is I played a lot. The dropship co-op is fun. That is fun. I like that. As far as the competitive multiplayer, I don't like that. One of the first things I gotta say is Hoth is really a one-sided map, and a lot of you are gonna be like, "But Devil, it was one-sided. The Imperials won." Yeah, but how fun is it to play a map as the Rebels, knowing you're gonna lose and get butt raped every single time? It's not fun, and I feel like that's what it is. It literally is so one-sided. I played so many matches today, and I've yet to see a single AT-AT get taken out. Literally, I've seen the entire team just firing all at once, at one, for like 5 minutes straight, and nothing. It's just really, really one-sided, and I'm like, you know, it's not fun. Playing as the Imperials on it is totally fucking amazing, but playing as the Rebels is just really, it's just really rage-inducing. I've rage quit a few times, just due to a culmination of the things I'm going to talk about and that one-sidedness. Next thing I want to talk about is third person. I like how they did the third person. Third person's awesome. I'm a big fan of third person, especially the way they introduced it. But the sights are off when it comes to vehicles and ground-based. Not so much actual player walking around your infantry role, but the sights are off a bit. Like the AT-AT and the AT-ST seems to be the worst of them. Where the shots are either too low or too high, depending on range, and I think it has something to do with the camera angle. But it should be like that. It should be dead center on the dot, no matter what. These are not bullets. They don't have drop. They're literally lasers. So it should be going exactly where you point it at. Convergence, that's a whole different ball game, but that does not affect elevation whatsoever. I feel like that's just something that's got to get fixed. Like, that's just really annoying. I was really annoyed with it with the AT-ST. There were a lot of shots I could have got, but it was just hitting way too low for some stupid reason. I don't know, but it was just But the next thing is the pickups. The pickups, I like the idea of the pickups, especially, you know, it's just one of the best things about this so far. They're kind of hard to see. The little light blue, they're pretty hard to see, especially to see what they are at certain points. I'm pretty sure you can probably change something HUD-wise, but they need a little more definition. I like how you can see it behind mountains. They come and appear as white, but that's still a little too, you know. But I can see how they don't want to clutter your HUD with a bunch of pickups all over the fucking place. But if that's the case, just you show them at a certain distance. But I didn't like that. One of the things I did like, the fucking heroes, Luke and Scott and Darth Vader, are just fucking awesome. Playing as them are so fucking legit. I feel like that's the only reason I might actually continue to play this if it's still having the same feel and beta during a release. Is just for the fucking heroes. I would literally just run around, not shooting anybody, to pick those up and just go to town as a Jedi. That's what makes the game for me, right there. Is just the heroes. I could do it out. Literally, you could just have it as a game where 1v1 Darth Vader and fucking Luke Skywalker, and I would still play it because the combat with those two is so fucking awesome. That being said, you know, the deflection is a little bit too OP, just a little bit. I mean, it feel like you deflect the laser rounds back at your target way too easily when you're blocking. There should be a little more of a smaller chance for it to go back and kill the guy, because it's just like you just plow through people. It's just insane. And but yeah, it's it's awesome. I like just the heroes. The heroes are the best part of this game. They're really awesome. I can't wait to see what more, like Boba Fett. Oh, Boba Fett would be awesome. But the next thing I really don't like is thermal detonators. You can throw them so fucking far that it's just insanity. Like, I don't understand that. I don't like games where you can chuck hand grenades or any throwable device that freaking far. It's just super unrealistic, and it just creates this spam of them across the map. And it's just, I don't like it. You should be able to maybe get like, 20 meters, maybe if you're lucky, but I mean, you could launch those things halfway across the map if you wanted to. They're not going to explode on the ground, but the way you throw them is just crazy, crazy far. They really, really need to fix that. My biggest gripe with this game is the fucking spawn system. Now, this is one of the things I bitched about so freaking much with Battlefield 4, and it took them forever to fix. You shouldn't be able to spawn into a spot that is in combat. With the buddy system, and Battlefield 4 finally fixed this, but you could literally spawn in on a squad member and get shot in the face instantly. It was just that bad. And I feel like this has that same problem. You can spawn on your buddy and get slaughtered. You'll even see it if you watch. It's just, you'll get spawned in on places that are getting barraged by AT-ATs, ATSTs, spawned in on areas that are behind enemy lines, or even spawn as an attacking team. You can spawn in behind the defenders. It's just all over the place. It's just like, what the fuck? I instantly noticed it my first match, just being surrounded by people when I spawn in and being like, why can't you just push the spawn back? If this spawn's overrun, push this one to the one back. It just doesn't make any sense. It was just all over the place. I don't like that. I don't like being spawned in and not giving a fighting chance, and just being like, okay, spawn in 2 steps, dead. Like, I feel like you need to have a fighting chance, at least enough to spawn in, get your bearings of your surroundings, and then be able to move and do that from there. If you die at that point, good, but you have to give people time to get their bearings, understand what's going on, where they fucking spawned into, and I feel like this game doesn't really give you that chance. It has the same issue that Battlefield 4 does. It just throws you right in there, and good luck. See ya. Okay. Now, when it comes to spawning as fighters, it's just as bad. When you first spawn in as one of the fighters, you literally are on rails for a good 5-6 seconds. You can't move. You literally can't move. You cannot maneuver or anything. It is so easy for an enemy to get behind you and just take you out at that point. I mean, it's just insane. You're stuck and locked in this position to where the enemy can just be right there and be like, oh, okay, we're gonna get him, and just take him out. It's just insane. I mean, it's just, I feel like that right from the get-go, you should be able to control that fighter right from the get-go. You shouldn't have to fly in like that and just right from the get-go. Spawn me in, boom, game time. Okay, that's how it should be. You shouldn't be on that little rail for a quick second. Now, when it comes to fighters, the fighters suck. Flying around is the worst thing ever. It's not fluid. It just feels so jerky, and it feels like you're flying bricks, and it's just not. I do not like the space fighter combat. I don't like it at all. The TIE fighters, the X-wings, the A-wings, snow speeders. I don't like them. I don't like the feel of it. It feels way too clunky, way too constantly jerking your mouse around. It's nothing like how you had with Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3 with the fighters at all. It's just it feels way too molasses and slow. There's no quick reaction time. And the fact that you can lock onto an aircraft and that automatically brings your turrets to that position to fire is just stupid. Like, that is so easy mode that it's not even funny. People do guns fights all the time in Battlefield 4. I don't understand why that same system wouldn't work. You're underestimating the value of people being able to, actually dogfight and fight it out. Not this stupid lock system and, oh, we're going to get you right there. You just pull the trigger. That's dumb. I don't like that at all. That's just something that needs to get fixed. Ground vehicles, the ATST feels a little clunky. It's definitely hard to maneuver and walk over obstacles. I feel like as a walker, it should be able to just crunch through whatever it wants to. I mean, look at Endor in Return of the Jedi. I mean, that thing was going through woods, no problem. But I can't get through fucking trenches and over little rocks, So it's they're a little clunky. And of course, the AT-ATs being on rails. I see where it came from as a gameplay perspective, but it just sucks. I would love to control that thing fully. The next, of course, no server browser. I mean, come on, really? Like, really? No server browser? I don't understand that one whatsoever. I don't understand it. I don't understand how that decision came about, especially from a DICE EA standpoint. I don't see why. It just doesn't make sense to me. And the lack of single player is also another big Debbie Downer. I mean, even bots. Let us do battles with bots. Come on. I mean, or a dynamic campaign through the storyline on all the maps with bots. Like, please. Like, how hard is that? It doesn't seem. It just seems watered down left and right. And I feel the biggest issue with this game is the push to get it out and coincide with the movie release. And I really feel like we're getting the short end of the stick on this one. This is an amazing franchise that has never done wrong. The Battlefront has never done wrong, and I feel like now's the time to watch it die. And that's just because capitalism at its finest. I want to sell a game at the same time the movie's coming out. And we're all paying the price for it. At least I think so. I mean, if you love the game, more power to you. Definitely check out Battlefront and Battlefront 2 before you really say you love this game, though. I'm going to say that right now. But the nostalgia is really what's selling the game. It's a Star Wars game. We haven't had one in a while, especially a Battlefront. It's been years. And I feel like that's what the big hype's around. I don't see any lasting effect for this game whatsoever. It's going to die out. It's not going to keep everyone's attention for that long. It'll be a good 2-3 weeks of non-stop Battlefront, but I promise you that after that it'll be, you know, I mean, at least unless they do something like they do, you know, with the DLCs. If they bring DLCs in with new weapons and new characters and new vehicles, you can see people staying around. But if they keep the game the way it is, it's not going to do much. But if you agree, disagree, you know, let me know. Let me know if maybe I'm retarded. Just tell me I'm retarded, you know. Actually, don't actually do that because I'll fuck you up. But, you know, I just feel shortchanged with this game. I really do. I had a lot of high hopes and got shot down almost. But so I'll be playing more Battlefront, of course. I'll give it more of a flying chance. This is my first real review after sitting down with it for a few hours. But you never know. It could change my mind later. Maybe, you know, I find some new stuff out. But don't get your hopes up. But I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.